Go ahead.
It's the lady at 46 South Road.
Today we in the sauce with Trucker Gavin. I'm about to cook some ribs up. Show y'all how I do it on the smoker for real. This is not my smoker. I just have the liberty of using it today. I heard these supposed to be one of the best smokers. Personally, I don't like the grill, but that's another story for another day. I got that thing heated up to almost 250. We about to throw them ribs on there, let them sit for hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm gonna come back to y'all. By the way, all footage today is shot on the iPhone. Okay, so I forgot to record the preparation of the ribs. I got my rub on there, no binder, just rub. Got that on there. And we're gonna put it in that smoker for 2 hours at 250. 2 hours at 250. All right, so we got our ribs. We got them seasoned up. I don't have no cameraman today, so I'm just thugging it. We got our ribs seasoned up. And now we about to put them in the smoke. It ain't really too much smoke in there, but you know. They in the smoke. Like I said, I'm gonna leave them in there to 2 hours. I don't know if I said that or not, like long day. But I'm gonna leave them in there for, I'm gonna leave these ribs in there for an hour and a half to 2 hours. And we're gonna come back, check it, and we're gonna throw it in some sauce. We're gonna do a little something to it, you feel me? I forgot to put my probe in. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the probe in this one. That on there. We're gonna keep that probe in there until we're at an internal temperature of 170 degrees. Then I'm gonna take it out and y'all gonna see what I'm gonna do next to it. First reviews of the Traeger grill, which this is a Traeger grill. I don't know if I said that, but first reviews of the grill. It doesn't smoke enough for me. Like I feel like there should be more smoke coming out. I mean, it's a decent amount. Let's go look. But I just feel like it should be more smoke coming out. I just feel like it should be way more smoke. The temperature, ever since I opened it the first time, the temperature has not been able to hold 250. It won't hold 250. So I don't know what's up with that. It was holding 250 before I opened it up. So I guess it just takes a little while to get to where it needs to be. And one thing I don't like that I've noticed about this, if you can see right here, if you can see that wire in there, that white wire, if you can see that white wire, that's the temperature gauge. So the temperature gauge is directly where the stuff is getting burnt and it's coming out, where I feel like the temperature gauge should be over here. But hey, I don't know nothing about barbecuing, so I'm not trying to piss off the barbecue gurus. I'm gonna get that together. So look, we're about 30 minutes in, and as you can see, she still hasn't risen to 250. That's all I'm asking for is 250. Like, I'm not asking for too much. We need 2 more degrees. Get to 250. All right, so we'll check our probe temperatures. We hit the first one. I think we hit probe selector, probe 1, which is we're hooked up to, and it's gonna tell us that temperature, 96 degrees. We got a little ways to go. You know, I'm halfway through this video and I'm thinking like I should have made it a reel, but I'm gonna show y'all something crazy real quick. Now she pushing 260. It's set at 250. You know, I think that this is just an analog grill problem. of them not being able to keep the temperature, because the temperature is still rising. Now we at 262. So we'll see how it go, man. Just talked to an older guy who has the same grill, and he told me that this is open too much. So like whoever put this together, you did it wrong. It's like, now I'm not gonna say it's wrong, but it just needs to be closed more. It's just making it work harder to keep the temperature. So it makes sense why it's so many fluctuations. I ain't trying to downplay the grill. I just painted them red. So we got those going. We got 26 minutes left. Internal temperature check. 175. We good to go. But we're gonna keep them on that smoker a little bit longer. All right, ever since I fixed this, we've been holding temperature, we've been smoking. Man, I painted them red. I'm like that guy from Texas, but I'm from Maryland, man. It's just Maryland smoking. I'm gonna show y'all the pit beef. You know, in Maryland, we do the pit beef. We don't do the brisket, so I'm gonna start. Y'all better come to my 4th of July cookout. Y'all better be in the building, I'm telling you. We just reached the internal temperature of 165. Let's see what we talking about. Now that we at this temperature, it's time to do the next step. You're gonna grab your tin pan. We're gonna do all of this on the grill. Let's move these out the way. Gonna put our pan in there. We're gonna put the ribs in the pan. We're going to take a little bit of pineapple mango juice. Don't knock it. We're going to take our pineapple mango juice. We're going to put some of that up in there. You don't need a lot. And to show you what I mean when I say you don't need a lot, you don't need a lot. Now we're going to take our butter. Butter's applied. We're gonna apply some foil. And we're gonna keep that on there until we get to an internal temperature of 203 degrees. So while we're waiting, I'll show you what sauces I'm using. Nothing special today because, you know, so I'll get into like what sauces I like later in the series, but for now, I just went with something we all love. That, and I'll mix them together in this bowl. I gotta make sure they taste good together. Alright. That's crazy. Look how I did that. I said put a little bit of this in there. Just a tad bit. That was more than a tad bit. Mix that up. Now you can do any combination of sauces you want to. That's why I'm not really, as long as y'all, you know, and there's no real measurements to it. Just have the temperatures and the times that I said. That's ridiculous. Mmm. Gavin, you've done it again. You got like a sauce, you make some sauce. You could be a company, you could be a regular person. Send me some sauce. Holla at me. I'll tell you where to send the sauce. We'll make something work out. I'm also gonna make a cookbook eventually with all my recipes. Perfecto. I perfectido. Okay, I went a little past the internal temperature. Let's see what we're working with. Ooh, boy. Now what you want to do at this point, you want to rub it up in that juice. You want to place it back in there. Progress. And we're just gonna let that sit right there, right? When I have it like this, I'm gonna let this sit for 5 to 10 minutes. Within that 5 to 10 minutes, I'm gonna flip it, juice it again, and then, you know what I mean? The 5-10 minutes does not start until we get back up to temperature. We only at let's just call it 200. So when we get back up to operating temperature, then we'll start our flipping and stuff. At any point in this process, you can add more seasoning as needed. Now that meat wet with that butter, the grease from the meat, and the juice, right? So it's gonna hold. Just some advice when you're doing you want to be high up so you get an even coating. Look at them things. Now at this point, I'm going to take everything off the grill. I'm gonna close it up, and I'm gonna turn that bad boy on high. Now look, like I said, this is just a Trucker Gavin recipe. I'm not no smoke expert, but if you come to my cookout, this is how it's gonna be made. You understand me? So I'm gonna turn that thing on high. I'm gonna let that thing get up. While that thing getting up, I'm gonna pause, crazy. While that temperature is getting up, I'm gonna start putting sauce on these ribs. I wish I had like a better setup so I could show you guys. All right, so now while these are in the pan, I'm just gonna put sauce on them. We want a thick coating of sauce because remember, we're gonna sear these. So we want it to kind of burn on there, but we need a thick coating of sauce. Like, you know what? I be trying to do stuff different because I'm on video, but Now we're searing them, so we're not gonna keep it in there long. I think it's time to call a spade, or whatever the term. All right, so we about to try these ribs. About to see.
That's crazy.
That is juicy,
It's spicy and it's sweet. So, if y'all want to make some good ribs, you know that.
follow this video and go make you some ribs, man.
I'll see y'all in the next episode.